For the last 2 years, Kevin has been a student at the Liverpool College of Further Education. He's taking A-levels in English, history and politics.
Right, question 4 then. Comment on the view that there's no discernible trend towards centralisation of power on the Prime Minister over the last few decades, right? Last few decades. What springs to mind when we talk about last few decades? What changes have occurred?
Joined in the EEC.
We joined the EEC. Yeah, that's true. I would never have thought of that, but yes. And how's that going to affect the Prime Minister's position?
The government's like hasn't got supreme power now. I mean, there's another body above.
Yeah.
And in some legislation,
Yeah.
she's got to think about the EEC.
That's true.
She can't get away all the time now.
That's true. So that's a limiting factor on the Prime Minister's power. On the other hand, Europe is basically about the Council of Ministers, isn't it, Greg? Right? How does that affect the fact that it's centralised? How does that affect the Prime Minister's position?
Well, she can't no longer go about her own personal initiatives because, like Schmidt and all them fellas are going to get on her back.
Looking at the way Kevin has blossomed since he came here, one feels quite, well, proud is perhaps the word. I think he's come on like a house on fire. He's turned from being a boy into a young man, and certainly intellectually he's come on by leaps and bounds. He's thinking about things now. Very gratifying. But I have to say that the students here, the kids have been absolutely wonderful and have just dealt with everything, and there's been absolutely no problem at all. There's no holds barred, and they say pretty sharp things to Kevin, and he says sharp things back again.
When you first saw him, you sort of looked twice, but I mean, after a while, you just get to know him. It's just like one of the rest.
Well, there was loads of things that Kevin did, like, I want to ask about, but I felt embarrassed about it, like, you know, because once he did a sponsored swim, and, like, I didn't know how to ask him, you know, how do you swim without arms or legs, because it's just something I've never come in contact with before, you know.
I think really, you know, when we first started, I think, you know, everyone thought, or at least I did, that, you know, he might be a bit simple and that, you know, because of the way he is. But he's not too brainy, like.
So when I first come in, I thought, you know, we'd be dead quiet, like, you know, when you say something and the next minute you hear a voice coming across, like, taking you down a peg or two, like. It's strange at first, like, you know, you thought you'd be dead reserved, but it's funny, really.
Full threat on the others. They accept me, probably. More so. And they're not shy to talk to me. I'm not shy to talk to